Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Today's topic is priority queues. We'll also be discussing about our first assignment on queues, which is basically the implementation of queues using two stacks. We have already discussed about different data structures like stacks, queues, double-ended queues, etc. Priority queues are another type of queues where each element that is going to be part of the queue is having another property known as priority. This can be viewed in two ways. One is we limit our number of priority values, that is some limited set of priority values, or we can say that you think of the priority values as infinite. You can have both the implementations but with a different set of entities. So we'll see the first variant of priority queue where we have limited set of priority values. With a limited set of priority values, for example, number of priorities equal to 3, we can implement this with the help of that many number of separate queues as that of the number of priorities. For example, if we have three priorities, three priority levels for each of the entities that is going to be part of your queue, then we say that we'll use three different queues. So in this case, we have Q1, Q2, and Q3. The elements with priority value 1 will be entered into the Q1. Elements with the priority value 2 will be entered into the Q2, and so on. Here we assume that the priority value 1 is having the highest priority, 2 is the next highest priority, and 3 is the least priority, and so on. So this sort of a implementation is possible only if we have a small or limited set of priority values. Means that we'll be creating that many number of queues as that of the number of priority values. In this case, we have elements A, B, C, D, etc. up to J, each of having priority values 1, 1, 2, 3, etc. So each of the entries will be having priority values 1, 2, or 3. The elements with priority 1 will be entered into the Q1. Elements with priority 2 will be entered into the Q2. 3 will be entered into the Q3. So we can directly see that this particular setup is not going to follow exactly the same FIFO discipline. The elements with the high priority will be taken into consideration first, then the element with the lowest next level of priority, then the elements with the next level of priority, and so. But if we have two elements with the same priority, for example A and B, then these elements will be considered in the FIFO fashion. So element A is the first element, B is the next element, both are having the same priority, so A will be considered first, then B will be considered. So if you insert all these elements into the queue, it will look like this. A, B, and F is having priority equal to 1 will be entered into the Q1. C, E, G, I, J will be entered into the Q2. D and H will be entered into the Q3. So 10 insert operations will create a setup like this. We have three queues and all the three queues are entered with few elements. Now if you try a delete operation, then the element from the first queue or the element with highest priority will be deleted. So these are the elements in the with the highest priority A, B, and F. In that, the element that has come first, A, will be deleted first, or that will be served first. What about if you add one more element in this case? If you add another element k with a priority value equal to 1, then it will be entered into the Q1. What about if you delete an element now? For example, you perform 4 delete operation. All 4 entries in the Q1 will be deleted first. First A will be deleted, then B will be deleted, then F will be deleted, and K. For example, let's say you have performed 4 delete operations and 1 insert operation. L will be inserted. So it will look like this. All 4 entries from the Q1 is deleted and L will be entered into the Q1 because L is having the priority value equal to 1. So that is the case when we have a limited set of priority values. In this case, we had only 3 different levels of priority. So we have created that many number of queues, and based on that we have entered elements onto the queue. If the Q1 is completely empty, for example, if you perform one more delete operation, then this element will be deleted. Then one more delete operation, this element will be deleted. So the elements will be deleted or served based on the priority. So that is what the idea behind priority queues. If all the elements are deleted from Q2, then the next element that will be taken will be Q3. So in between, if a new element is entered, then that will be entered into the corresponding queue. So that's about the elements. If the elements is having limited set of priority values, if the elements are having infinite number of priorities, or if the priority levels are not limited, or we consider that the element value itself is the priority value, then we can say that if the element itself is the priority values. For example, in this case, we have elements 6, 8, 3, 10, 15, 2, 9, 2, 9, 17, 5, and 8. And we assume that the smaller number is having the higher priority. In this case, the value 2 is having highest priority, then 3, then 6, and then 5, and then 6, and so on. Then the elements will be inserted and deleted correspondingly. Or the minimum, we can say the element with the highest priority will be served or will be deleted first. In this case, we can have two different types of implementations. One is basically in a first in fashion. We can insert the element in the same order that has come and delete the element with the based on the priority. That is the first method. Insert the element in the same order. The first element will be inserted 6, then 8, then 3, and so on. But if you ask for a delete at this point of time, then this element will be deleted. Or you can do another, the same thing can be implemented in another way, like you insert in the increasing order of priority, so that the insertion in the insertions at the insertion state itself, it will be inserted in such a way that 6 will be inserted here, next 8 will be inserted, then 8 is here and 6 is here, then 3 comes, then 3 is inserted here. So the first element deleted will be 3 again, means that the highest priority element will be deleted. This is the first case. In that case, the insertion operation is going to take a constant time, because we are going to insert the element in the next position. That's it. The element that has come, that will be inserted in the corresponding position. That's it. 6 has come, 6 is inserted, 8 inserted, 3 is inserted, 10 is inserted, 15 inserted. If a 2 comes, then 2 is inserted, and so on. So the insert operation is an order of 1 or a constant time operation. In this case, if you go for a delete operation, then you have to go through, or you have to search through the entire list or entire queue, and you need to delete the element with the highest priority. Means that you need to delete this element first, 2, then this element 3, and so on. If you delete this element, you have to move these elements to the previous position. You delete this means you move 10 to this position, 15 to this position, and so on. So that's how one implementation, one type of implementation that can be done. Or in the second implementation, at the insert state itself, we at the insert step itself will be inserting the element in the inserting the element into the queue based on its priority. So 6 is inserted, 8 is inserted means 8 will be before 6, then 3 is inserted, 3 is after 6, and so on. So the element with the highest priority will always be available at the last position. So you just delete this, then your delete operation is done. Next delete operation, you delete the last element. So always you will be deleting the last element, that's it. So the insert operation, that will take order of n time, or some time that is linear to the list of, or linear to the number of elements in the queue. But the delete operation is going to take only constant time, because we'll be deleting only the last element. So there are two methods. One, in the first method, we'll be inserting the element with the constant time, and deleting the element with the time that is proportional to the number of elements in the queue. The second implementation will be inserting the element that is proportional to the number of elements in the queue, but deletion operation will take only constant time. So as I have told, a priority queue, in a priority queue, we have, along with each element in the queue, we have a additional property for each element that is known as priority value. The element will be deleted from the queue based on its priority. Means that the highest priority element will be deleted first. We discussed two different implementation based on the number of priority values. If the number of priority values is limited or very small, then we can have that many number of queues, and basically we will be inserting elements onto its corresponding queues. So for example, if you have only 3 different priority levels, then the elements will be inserted. Some elements will be inserted to the first queue, some elements will be inserted to the second queue, some elements will be inserted into the third queue based on its priorities. Then the element that will be getting deleted will be based on its priority again. All the elements from the second queue will be considered only after deleting all the elements from the first queue, and the elements from the third queue will be considered only after deleting all the elements from the first and second queue. That is with the limited set of priority values. If we consider an infinite number of priority values, then we can go for an implementation which is of again two types. One is by uh, consuming time in the insert phase, or by consuming time in the delete phase. In the first case, we have seen that the insert operation was taking only constant time, and the delete operation was taking order of n time. The second method, what I have discussed, is insert operation will be taking your order of n time, and the delete operation is taking constant time. You can use implementation based on your data. So if your data is corresponding to your number of priority levels, or the elements order, or whatever, you can choose your own implementation methods. Next, we'll discuss about our first assignment in data structures. That is the implementation of a queue using two stacks. This is not a priority queue, this is a normal queue. So what you have given with is two stacks, stack 1 and stack 2. As you know, stack is having only one variable associated with it, a top. So stack 1 is having a top 1, stack 2 is having another variable associated with the top 2. So stack is the last in first out structure. This stack is also a last in first out structure, but we need to implement a queue using it. Means that we need to implement a first in first out structure. So these, let's say these are the elements that is going to be part of the queue. You need to implement this using your two stacks. So what you can do is you can, I'll just discuss about how this can be done. Then you need to submit this as an assignment by implementing it by using a C program. So the implementation is very easy. Let's take a simple example. See, these are the insert operations that were considered. 6 is inserted, 3 is inserted, 9, then 5. 4 elements have been inserted. You just call push operation onto the first stack. Then once if you call a delete operation at this point of time, what you need is this element need to be deleted. 6 need to be deleted. But by using only stack, only a single stack, you cannot do that, because a delete operation or a pop operation from stack, what you will get is this value 5. For that, what we'll do is we'll copy the entire elements onto the second stack. So while copying, you will pop from the first stack and we'll be inserting that onto the second stack. So previously 5 was there in the top of the stack. 5 will be inserted here. Then 9 is pop. 9 will be inserted here. Then 3 will be inserted. Then 6. So like that the insertion will happen. Then you just call pop stack 2. Then you will get this value. So that is what we need. Delete operation should delete the first in element. The first in element was 6, that need to be deleted. So this is how the stack 2 will look like after copying the entire thing onto the second stack. So you call a pop operation at this point of time, then 6 will be deleted. You call one more pop operation, 3 also will be deleted. Now you call insert operation 4 and 2, then it will look like this. 4 will be inserted, then 2 also will be inserted. Stack 2, these two elements are already deleted, or these two elements have been served based on the first in first out discipline. Now you call one more delete operation. Actually you need to delete 9, so you pop out this element, that's it. You call one more delete operation, you pop out the next element. So 9 will be deleted, 5 also will be deleted. Now this stack is empty. At that point of time, if you want to delete one more element, what will happen is this stack is empty, means that you need to copy again. So the idea is that the insert operation will happen like this: push the element onto the stack 2. The delete operation of the queue will happen like this: if there is element in the stack 2, you pop. If there is no element in the stack, if the stack 2 is empty, then copy the entire contents onto the stack 2 and pop the element. If you copy the elements onto the stack 2, then 4 will come here, 2 will come here, you delete out 4. That's how. I'll just show you the program code for implementing it. The enqueue operation is push the element onto the stack 1. That's it. Push the element onto the stack 1. That is what the insert operation is. Delete operation. So insert operation is done at stack 1. Delete operation is done at stack 2. The delete operation is like this: if stack 2 is empty, copy the contents of stack 1. Sorry. If stack 2 is empty, then copy from stack 1. If stack 2 is empty, then you check whether stack 1 is also empty. If stack 2 is empty, if stack 1 is also empty, then you say queue is empty. Else, if stack 2 is empty, but stack 1 is not empty, then you pop from stack 1 and push onto stack 2. You copy the content. Basically, you are copying the contents from stack 1 to stack 2. So this will be done till empty of stack 1. So all the contents from stack 1, one by one, will be copied from stack 1 to stack 2. Then from stack 2, you pop out the first element. So that will be the entry that will be deleted. So the idea is very simple. Insert operation will be done at the stack 1. Delete operation will be done at stack 2. But while deleting, you need to check whether stack 2 is empty or not. If stack 2 is empty, you need to check whether stack 1 is also empty or not. If stack 1 is not empty, copy the contents and delete. If both the stacks are empty, means that it is the queue itself is empty. So implement this as a C program and submit it before due date. For the program, you use this file format, and for your output, you use this file format. So these two files need to be attached along with your submission. Thank you.